Hi, it's Laura the Armchair Chef. It is time for part two of my BOD blanket with my BOD yarn. I have already gone through 6 balls. I have 7 more to go. 2 of them I'm going to be holding out for the border and the joining. I'm going to keep the orange and the purple for joining and the border. So that means I have like five, I believe 5 more colors. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. I've done 7. So I have 6 left, 2 out, 4. I only have 4 more. Cool. What I was doing, if you haven't watched the first video, I've decided to do squares with all the colors. Each one makes about 2 squares with some left over. They I'm balling them up when I'm done, and they're all ending up with some different sizes because of the different squares I'm making. So what's happening is because I'm going from the inside, the way the cakes are wound, they're supposed to have tonal and it's supposed to have like 2 color changes. Not all of them have 2 color changes, but the outside usually seems to be light. So when I'm going from the inside, what's left is what's on the outside. So these are light. The green, this one has light on the outside, but I believe there's some dark on the inside. Yellow is light. This one is very dark. This is the one that almost looks black, but it's a really deep green. And it doesn't, I'm going to go through and show you this, what's left compared to what I have in my ball. And this is my favorite. This might be the liquid mercury, but this is the one that doesn't have a lot of tonal change. I hope she comes out with the, when she comes out with her solid colors, that she comes out with this really, really deep blue from this one. I believe that's liquid mercury. I'm not exactly positive. It's the one that doesn't, the deep blue. It's just beautiful. It's shiny, it's gorgeous. There don't seem to be any defects in this dye job of this one. Now, I can't say that for all of them because this is the first run, and Crystal wanted to know if there was any problems with any of it. And it's not every cake, but there are a few that do seem to have some dye defects in it. Now, I don't know how the procedure and the process works. That says the yarn's made in Turkey. Well, is it dyed in Turkey or is it just yarn from Turkey and then it's brought here and dyed here? Or do they do it in Turkey and then import it? I don't know how the process works, but whoever's doing the dyeing doesn't seem to be doing very well on all of it. Now, like I said, I've done 7 cakes and I will show you some issues that I had with a couple of them. And I'm not the only one. Creative Grandma did some dyeing, did some swatches, and there was a splotch of darker color in with her light color. And her solution in answer to that was to cut it out. And no, we should not have to cut it out. There should not be defects in the colorway of the yarn. They should be getting it right. A lot of people don't like to cut their yarn. They don't want to have to color control. That's why it's a gradient. That's why it changes color by itself. So we don't have to do that. But there are people that are very particular about where their colors land in their project. She's one of them. There's another creator, a designer that does it too, is very, very particular about where colors land and will take that time. And then there's other people that don't want to cut the yarn. They're just adamant. They do go out of their way not to have to cut the yarn. So there are so many people on the gamut of what they like. It's very hard to please everybody. So if you're doing, I'm doing this for me. So if there's a defect in it, to me, that kind of gives it character, but I know it shouldn't be there. Yeah, it shouldn't be there. Let me pull out the one that has, let's see, was it in this group that I did? I believe. Oh, it was in one of these. It was here somewhere. Yeah, there it is. I found it. This might have been for this is the one that had the really, really dark green that almost looks like a gray, but it was the light part of it. And this is where it was. I was doing a corner to corner, and there was this big splotch of dark mixed in with the light. And I know it shouldn't be there because that's not where the gradient is supposed to go. So I know Crystal wanted to know if there was issues with the yarn so she could address those, because there shouldn't be these problems. And she needs to know. So if you come across things like this, you need to let her know. And so she can talk to them to fix these problems. This shouldn't be happening. Doesn't matter how much the yarn costs. It could be a $30 hank of yarn, or it could be a $2.99 anti-pilling yarn. It says it's premium, but the yarn is good. I love the yarn, but it's the dyeing that seems to be an issue. Who's doing the dyeing? Where is it being dyed at? And why are they not catching these problems? That, I think, is what the issue is. I love her yarn. It's soft, it's shiny, but somebody during the dyeing process is dropping the ball. And these things are happening, and it's not just one, maybe two, but I'm sure other people, as they go through and work on this yarn, they may be finding this and they may not be saying anything because nobody wants to say anything bad about BOD yarn. But the problem is, it's not BOD's fault. It's the dyer's fault. Whoever's dyeing this yarn is doing her bad, because I love her yarn. I'm doing, okay, let me go through the squares and I'll show you. This was the green one. I did this corner to corner. I found out my favorite corner to corner is a half double crochet, chain 5 with a single crochet in the loop. I really like the half doubles because it makes it smaller, it's more compact. And I don't know if any of these are all going to be the same size or not. I have no idea because they are coming out a little different sizes, but they'll block, right? So I should be able to block them all to be approximately the same size. So this one, yeah, this one is one that ended up with a defect in it. And I didn't cut it out. I was crocheting with the yarn the way it's meant to be in a tonal hue. And yeah, it had a problem in it. So this one I did in a window stitch. I did some doubles on each end or singles on each end, and then I did a window stitch. This was the other one that was very dark, the dark greenish one. So this one didn't take as much yarn, obviously, but I just wanted to change it up and do some different stitches. So all the squares will be a little different in the blanket. And they're all going to be different colors because, yeah, this is the same yarn. One square is dark and one square is light. This is one of my favorites. I really love, when her new yarn comes out, she's going to have more coming out. I'm going to get the ones that I like, plus the new ones, and do some more projects. I like the yellow with the orange and the purple. I really want to do a project with those. But this one worked up really nice. I did this one this might have been the blanket stitch. I believe this was the blanket stitch I did on this one. So it went from light to darker up here. No problems with this one at all. This was nice. Not even any breaks in the yarn. This was another one. I did a circle granny on this one. This was very quick. It worked up fast. I started to screw it up a little bit, and then I had to repair it because I did only 2 doubles in the corners, I think on the first 2 rows, and then I had to switch it up to 3. It started to curl, so I had to change it up. So yep, I just did this one a normal granny, and this one started a little darker in the middle and barely made any change of color on the outside. So this is almost like getting, if you're not doing a huge project, it's like getting 2 different yarns in one ball, because I can't get all of the colors in one. This is another one that I did corner. This might have been my blanket stitch. I don't know. It's got some texture. So this might have been the blanket stitch, but I got a little color on this one. some light to dark. This was really pretty. This might be the grass one. Some of these work up pretty fast. I'm going to work on that. God, I can never remember what it's called, but the one that Cody and Creative Grandma, the one Cody likes, they call it now the Cody Stitch. It's a stitch. He says it takes a little bit of time. I'm going to try that one on one of these. This one, what I did on some of them was I started out with a regular granny and then I went to a solid granny because it was different. And I like solid grannies. I like doing those for the hexagon sweaters. And this one was a little dark on the outside and a little bitty light on the inside. And I always start from the middle. I don't start from the outside. So whatever's on the middle is where I start. I don't color control it. And so the squares are all going to look different. This was a corner to corner. I think, oh, I just finished this one. This is the one that's my favorite. The half double. I just did this one. I finished it. And so what I had left on my ball was this color. It went lighter. So I have more of the lighter color. So almost all the balls that are left have lighter color, except the one that had just, a lot of dark. So we'll see what it looks like when we're done. So I think what I might do is make one of her wraps. She has a rectangle wrap that you use one big rectangle. So I might do a corner to corner and make this really big. It doesn't look like there's gonna be that much left, but I might wait till I get more of her other yarn and add it to this to use it all together. Because yeah, I'm really, this is the color I want. I want solid. I love this color. This really deep blue is just gorgeous. I heard she was going to be doing some solids, so I'm hoping some come out. And then this one was another corner to corner, went from light to dark. This one might be a little bigger than some of the other ones, so I'm not sure how this is going to turn out. I'm not even sure how to join them. I haven't never done that before, so we'll be working on that. I'll be looking up some videos to see how that's going to go. And because I had some yellow left, I decided to do a skeleton granny square. I did the skeleton with the yellow, and then I used the really dark green to do a granny on the outside. So to do something a little different. And because I realized the yellow was so light, and then I had this really dark one, so I thought that would look kind of cool. So I did one of the skeletons. There's a bunch of them out there. A lot of people have them. And I just followed this step by step, stitch by stitch. And yeah, it turned out okay. So it wasn't Fiber Spider, it was somebody else. So yeah, that's what I have left right now of each cake from 2 granny squares. And they're all going to be different because each stitch uses a different amount. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 6 more. 2 are for my border. So I have 4. I have 4 to pull out to make some more squares. That'll be 8 more squares because I'm getting 2 out of each of them. I don't know how many I'm going to have, but if there's 13 colors, I'm using 12. 2 squares, that's 24 squares. So how many is that? 3 times 4 that's going to be a big blanket if they're all 12 inches. 4 times 4 is 16. 5 times 5 is 25. So it could be 5 squares. I might do 5 by 5. That might work out. So it'll be a big old square blanket, 5 by 5. That might be nice. So we'll see. So I haven't seen a lot of people out there doing projects, but if you are, let me know. Let me know who's been doing one. I'm watching every time somebody gets some. I see people talking about how they love the arm, but they haven't used it. I want to see what they make with it and how they like, how they like using it. Because just looking at yarn, it can be beautiful, it can be wonderful, but what do you think about it when you use it? That's where the real good information comes from. So, all righty then. That's part two. I got a lot of squares done before I put this one up. So I'm going to be doing some more. I have about, what did I say, 8 more squares to do. I can almost get 2 squares done a night now. Yeah, depending which ones I do, I'm getting pretty fast at it. I got to go find, oh, it's a crunch. Is it the crunch? The crunch stitch. It was stitch number 147 from Creative Grandma that Cody likes the best. So I'm going to try that one and see. So, yep, that's it. That's my update on my BOD blanket. There's really no blanket yet. It's just a bunch of squares and leftover balls. And then what I will have to look up how to join them. And yeah, I love it. I really love the yarn. I just don't like what some of the dyers are doing, what their quality control is. That's where the real problem is. Crystal did awesome. This is great colors. It's the texture of the yarn is beautiful. It works up really nice. I have no problems with it splitting. I can't wait to see the rest of them when they come out because these are already nice. What more can there be, right? What other colors don't we have? I don't know. But yeah, that's my take on it so far. I'm still going. I'm gonna have probably part 4 and part 5 too. So okay, thanks for watching. Let me know what you're making with your crystals yarn and how it's working out for you. And if you're cutting out the bad colors, if you're cutting out the colors that don't belong where they're at, yeah, because it's happening. Grave Grandma had some. I had some. I'm sure there's going to be more. So let's see. Let's see how it goes. I'm sure the second run will be better. This is the first run. It's like the first child is a test run, and the second child turns out better. No, I'm just kidding. That's not true. But parents are usually a little more careful with the first one. Just saying. Just a no. That's just a joke. Don't jump on me, all you firstborn children. So well, my brother was firstborn. Yeah, he was not too happy. He was like over disciplined. So he was not too happy. So maybe they were a little hard on him. When they got to me, it was easy peasy. Okay, I'm gonna go. Thanks for watching my update, and I will start working on some more squares. Bye.